Sudoku is similar to regular Sudoku in that each row has the digits from 1 to 9 with no duplicates. Each column has the digits from 1 to 9 with no duplicates. And each 3 by 3 square surrounded by the bold outline has the digits from 1 to 9 with no duplicates. What Sandwich Sudoku changes is these numbers on the top and to the side. So this 3 means that in this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 will add up to 3. I can touch this 3 and see there's only one way for that to happen. In this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 will add up to 10. In these rows, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to the number on the side. So even though I only start with 2 digits in my entire puzzle, all of the information on the side, along with the regular Sudoku rules, is enough for me to complete this puzzle. So first, in this row, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 8. That means the 9 can be either here or here. And I'll put X's in every spot that absolutely cannot be a 1 or a 9. In this column, there will be 1 or 2 digits between the 1 and the 9. That means the 9 could be here or here. It could also be here or here. Now I'm going to look around and see if I can get more information. Okay, in this column there are 6 digits between the 1 and the 9. That means that none of these squares can hold a 1 or a 9. Okay, here there's at least 5 digits between the 1 and the 9. So none of these 3 could have a 1 or a 9. 17, 8, 6. Okay. So now I just need to look and figure. Okay, I'm drawn to over here. So in this row, the 1 and the 9 will be right next to each other. In this row, there will be 1 or 2 digits between, which means if one of these was a 1 or a 9, the other one would have to be over here. And one of these would have to be a 1 or a 9 to satisfy the rules in this. But I can't just have one down here, because in this row, the 1 and the 9 are right next to each other, which means here, connecting with over here. If this is the 1 or 9, then this would have to be the other, but it can't because of that 18. So neither of these can be the 1 or the 9, which means both of these are, satisfies this row. Okay, in this column, there's 1 or 2 digits between, so this has to be the 1 or the 9. In this column, there's 3 or 4 digits, which means this has to be the 1 or the 9. Okay, looking in this row, there's 1 or 2 digits between the 1 and the 9, but there's only room for 1. So 1 or 9 has to be there, and the other is right there. So that finishes this square. And in this row, there's at least 3 digits between, which means the other one's here. Since there's a 1 in this column, this is a 9. Okay, that means this is a 1. And this is a 9. This is a 1. This is a 9. This is a 1. This is a 9. Okay. Look at this column. It could be 4 or 5 digits. So it could be here. Wait, it can't be here. Because this is a 1, so it would have to be a 9. There's already a 9 in this row. So this has to be the 9. Put an X here and here. That means this right here is a 1. This is a 9. And a 1. And a 9. And a 1. And a 9. And a 1. Okay, in this row, the 1 could be here. It could not be here because there's already a 1 in this column, a 1 in this square, so this is the 1. Finish that row, and that puts a 9 right here. And I have all of my 1s and 9s. Both of these are faded out. So I can get rid of all of these X's. And start to work on what could be in them. Okay. this is 2, 3, or 4. This could be 2, 3, 4, or 5. This has a 3 in this row, so this could be 2, 4, or 5. And this could be 2, 3, 4, or 5. And outside, this could be 6 or 7. And actually, since there's 2 digits, these has to be the 6 and 7. So this can't be 6. So this has to be 3. That makes this a 6. Okay. Over here, this is a 7. Okay. Alright, let's go back through just to see if I can figure out any more. Okay, this has a 4 or a 7. So that can't be, that can. There's either a 6 or a 7 over here. So since this has both 6 and 7, that can't be in here. Okay, this is 2, 4, or 5. So that could be, this could not. Either of those could. You know what I just noticed? There's an 8 in this row and an 8 in this row. So there has to be an 8 up here. It actually can't be in this column. So I'm going to stick it right here, but that means an 8 is included. So 2, 4, or 5. Over here would have to be either 7 or 4 or 5. Depending on which of these it was. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do these real fast. Let's review 3. Don't have anything down here yet. It's pretty much all the digits. 15. 18. So it's 4, 5, or 7. So any of these is still an option. Okay, and this has a 3, so it can't be that. And there's an 8 and a 7 down here, so it can't be this one. So 3, 4, 5. This row has a 5, so this is the 4. That makes this the 5. In this column I have 1, I don't have a 2. So 2 could go here, or here. 3, 4, 5. I don't have a 6, so that could go here, or here. And 7, 8, 9. Okay. 22. In this square I have 1. One of these could be a 2. 3. One of these could be 4. 5, 6, 7. This is an 8. Okay. Now let's look in here. Because I see that there can't be a 5 or a 6. So it's 3, 4, 8. This has to be the 4. Okay. This is 3 or 8. This is 3 or 8. Which means this has to be 7. Because it can't be 8. This is 8. And since this is 3 or 8, this can't be an 8, so this is a 2. That makes this a 4. That makes this an 8. these could be, yeah, these could be 2. And 3, 4, 5. These could be 5. And 6, 7. One of these has to be 7. 8, 9. So 2, 5, 7. So it's going to have a 7. Has to have a 7 here. So in this row it's not the 2, 7, 8. It's the 4, 5, 8. So let's get rid of this 2. And these can't be a 5 then. So this is a 5. So in this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do not have a 6. Put in a 6. Okay, 3. So down here I have 1. And 2 could be over here. 3 could be in any of these. And 4 could be here or here. 5 could not be over here. 5 has to be these. And 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Over here I have 1. There's a 2 in this column. Which actually means one of these is a 2, so there's a 2 in this row. So this has to be a 2. Now this bottom row is 1, 2. X is a 3. Okay, let's look at this row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is either here or here, but there's a 5 in this row, so this is a 5. That makes this a 6. This is narrowed down to 4. This is 5. This is 2. And 6. 3, 2, 5. 3, 2. Got a good roll on there. Let's look up here. Let's see. Let's do this where I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these two is a 5. There's a 5 in this column, so this is a 5. And this could be a 6 or a 7. Okay, down here. 1, 2. There's a 3 in this column, so one of these is a 3. And a 4 in this column. So one of these is a 4. 5. There's a 6 in this column. this has to be the 6, and this has to be 3. Okay, up here, this has to be 7, 6, 3, 4, 7, 6. Okay, and here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Has to be 6. Okay, this column between the 1 and the 9, they add up to 10. Got a 3, so this is a